All right. This is an interesting kind of uh, image that most people miss when you ask or you wonder, you try to point out to them the intensity of what it is and asking yourself, is this what you're into? I mean, are you down for what you really want to be down for? It's like wanting that fresh new toy for Christmas. And you would see the commercial come on, and you would see the commercial come on. And then you would go out to the store, you would go, ah, there's one, there's a stack of them, oh, I want one. And then you would ask for it, you would dream for it. Another way of putting that is, I want a puppy. I want a pet. And people who say they want a pet are like people who say they want children. People who say they want children are like people who say they want a mate. People who say they want a mate are like people who say they want a God, a faith, something that they can believe in when there's no other way of believing that there's anything worth believing. People who want a mate want a value in themselves. They want to know that they are, I am somebody. You know, sometimes people say that broken people can't fix other people because they can't handle the mere fact that it's not about you being broken. It's about the mere fact that if you're broken and you're not fighting for unbrokenness, then you can't take anyone on your journey with you because they can't fight for themselves when they find themselves going, man, I'm getting my ass whooped here. And they look over at you and they going, dude, that is not even an ass whooping. This is an ass whooping. Notice, and I'm stroking because fuck that. Ain't nobody gonna keep me. Ain't nobody gonna turn me around, turn me around. Turn me around from what? What is it that you imagine yourself being? When you want to be with someone else, what do you imagine? When you claim a faith, what do you imagine that faith is going to look like on you? When you stand for the what's the dude's name? Norman Rockwell poster
Yeah.
of faith, and you get to stand in the front row with your hand up and your fist up, and you glow in all the blessings that you want to believe. You are part of a faith of something that believes that you are perfect as you are. Now, take that and put back into it that Christmas gift syndrome. You know, oh, I want a man, I want a kid, I want a pet. I want to love somebody. I want to feel something. I want to do for others. I want to be a part of something else. And yet and still you're not capable of understanding the power in energy exchange. If you are not intended on doing what it is that you plan on doing, then you are not going to receive what you think you should receive, just because you don't know that playing it forward is a little bit deeper than something. It's like making love. Making love is the act of each person doing something for another person so intensely complementary that that person matches them into such a manner that neither person is doing anything for the sole purpose of their own jollies. They're finding each and everything that this person ever needed and wanted to be found, and they did the same, and it was a complimentary thing, kind of like how some folk would say, baby, nothing says thank you like cash. That's the one thing that Howard Hughes was one of the last few participants of a serious kind of thing, because we didn't have that internet perspective back in that day, and now most people got that kind of pocket change to play with. And therein lies this issue of who the hell do you think you want to be dealing with, and why? When you give somebody a hug because you want a hug, are you giving them what are you giving them? When you say you want to spend time with someone, why do you want to spend time with them? What reason? Do you see the people that you want to invest in as somewhat of a interesting saga or book or something of an image that you just like I want to find out more about that, okay? So, wow. So do you do that all the time? I mean, wow. Sometimes I like to just sit there and watch you and notice that you have different smiles. And I want to see what those smiles are, or what you're thinking about, or this, that, and the other. And that's the kind of image that they publicize when they say, standing in the bosom of Christ, sir, the God himself, are looking, and oh, the beautiful thing are love. If you can't see that in just the mere fact of the intensities that exist enough for you to let yourself be able to gauge, how far am I doing this? I want something that I can grab. What if that keeps going like this? How desperate are you? How intent are you? Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around from what? I want love. I want friendship. I want this. Man, friends come and go faster in this social media mindset, because people really think that you can just unfriend somebody. You can just, people will multitask, and they will separate things. They will have a course of a day where they're not capable of understanding that if you don't take in everything that you have before you, you may not have another day to get any more out of that. And having to spend more time wishing that you could have gotten more out of it is only more of a self-check if you're not capable of being able to check yourself and figuring out why it is that you're not investing more of a passion, an intensity, a reason, not just for your reason for doing it, but for the importance of what that is going to do for whomever you feel the need to do it for, with, or at. The end result is not, I want to make you feel good, baby. And then getting up the next morning, feeling good, going, I know you feel good because I feel real good. That's bullshit. The ultimate is, shh, man, ain't no reason for me to ask. They already up, cook breakfast, clean the house, this, that, and the other, back up in there and the whole nine, and back and going, you know what? It's something that you already know, man. I could see it. Shh, good. Shh. It's like somebody asking for a tip. I'm good with $5. They give you $10. I'm good with $10. They give you $20. I'm good with $20, but that's a little much, man. But thank you very much. They give you $100. And you're going, hey, come on, man. And then they give you $100,000. And then you go, oh, that's just too much. I don't need this. Oh, come on. I don't need this. This is just, what will I do? It's like asking God, oh, God, please bless me with everything that I've ever wanted, everything that I've ever needed. And they overbless you. I'm sorry. I'm looking back at your faith records, and it says that, well, while you're only asking for $20,000 worth of blessings, you've put in $2.8 million worth of blessings, so I'm sorry. After taxes, that's what you get, ma'am. Well, damn. Well, I don't like this because now I got too much money. Everybody calling me and looking at more money, more problems. It's the passion and understanding. Are you really honestly down for what it is you're trying to do? Or are you just fucking around with playing with your own emotions and everyone else's too? I mean, when you go back and you say, I want to sit and spend my last times with my relatives before they pass on. And if you don't spend every fucking second trying to get as much of that out to the point where you damn near kill them, trying to get more out of them because you're afraid that if this is the last time that you see them, you're going to miss something you wish you could have stayed another day and gotten more of it, even though you know that it was going to suck the very soul out of them a little faster than another. You would love them so much that you want to make sure that that legacy is not lost. And then you carry that shit with pride, wanting to do the same and give the other same, and then add in the mere fact that now in the books of our life, I want to show different generations of us and the pride of us going like roots. How somebody right now would be sitting around trying to value their pride and saying, I come from the family of Chicken George. Hell, I want some bottom feeder from Haiti. Want to try to act like, oh, they bigger than me because they're an islander and I'm just some Negro with slave backgrounds. We are in that kind of religion and that kind of faith or that kind of idea that In most cases, people never invest enough time trying to figure out who the fuck are you dealing with and why. Because if you're not really intently looking on being able to bless them with more, but the experience that you offer, and just trying to find out that from them and bask in the entertaining value of the mere fact that ain't God good? Look what I got right here in front of me. Lord, I don't want to miss nothing. Well, then pay attention, child. Yes, sir. And do it. Because you have a fear of something else. We ain't got that kind of fear. Ain't nobody scared that Jesus gonna show up and smack shit out of your ass. Or God's gonna come back and pow. Dummy. But we all believe, oh Lord, I don't want to be in your... I often spend my days trying to wonder how people are incapable of basking in something that they may see just a whiff of. Oh, wow, look at the light on him. I don't know what it is, but I would just love to find out. What would it take for you to really honestly want to, oh, I'd love to do that, like explorers. I want to just go where no man has gone before. But everybody's got a parachute. Oh, just in case, man. Well, you know, it's Thanksgiving and I got too much on my plate, so I got, no offense, but I got to cut this off. I'd like to binge watch The Punisher, but I can't right now because my other friends are calling. Or, you know, and surely I have to take a moment in time for myself. We can't live with that kind of mentality and want what we want out of life, and we're not being honest enough to really be serious about, is that me? I mean, am I a sheep or am I a wolf or am I a panther or am I an eagle? You know, well, I'm just little old me. You know, by God's amazing grace, he saved a wretch. And that's all I am, is a wretch. And today I'm going to be a wretch, and tomorrow I'm going to be a wretch. And nobody's really got a passion to be wretch less the next day and be able to count every day that they're less of a wretch, because they really honestly believe that every day that they have on earth is another day to let slide something that they could have actually made differently for generations so far past them that they could be mentioned in the books of the new Bible to be written 26,000 years from now. We ain't trying to get down like that. All we trying to do today is keep our nuts warm, to be thankful for a little bit and whatnot. How can you be thankful for something you can't remember how thankful you should be for? How can you be thankful for something that you cannot look at and say, I put that in, I paid for that, this is something that I know I put into the book of life, and God, this is my reward. It might not be 92%, but I got good credit on God's green goodness and grace. Enough to be thankful. I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. Why do we have to be okay with just being okay with what we got left and not being more passionate about, man, I just wish that I could do more. I wish that I could be more. I wish that I could give you more. I wish that I could leave you with more. I wish that I could make you smile more. I wish that I could teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I wish that I can help people, help themselves understand that if you can't feel something that you want, it's not a feeling. Because emotion is a feeling. A feeling is a sense. It's not an idea. It's not a guess. It's not an estimation. I want to make someone feel better. The only way you can make a person feel better is if you can put your hands on them and know that everything that you are doing is exactly. And you're enjoying the mere fact that aha, bang, aha, bang, aha, bang. Oh, you're not done yet. That's the difference when people rub your shoulders and they go, oh. Not, oh, what you doing? When your mind ain't in what you think you're doing, you're not doing it because it's not what you're trying to do. You have no reason, no idea, no purpose for what it is. You have no reward because everything is for a reward. You don't do anything. You don't get up and breathe and get up and walk and this, that, and the other without any kind of purpose when you get up and you go, man, I don't feel like going to work. There's days that if those purposes are not worth enough or you can't find them, fuck it. Fuck it all. That's why we have a thing called addiction, because people find themselves in moments, finding things that they can go, I could blame it on the alcohol. Fuck it all that night. And then have to live with the mere fact that they can't be a senator, a congressman, or a fucking president because they can't blame it on the alcohol. That's where we're at. And everything that we do is about more than ourselves. But if you have the inability to be able to utilize the amount of intensity that is required for you to invest into anything more than yourself, then you're going to have to realize that's not a faith. That's a comfort of being a failure. I'm good with that. Nobody's striving to be so much more superior tomorrow that they're not going to give themselves a couple of weeks or a couple of months. They're not driven by that competitive spirit. They talk about it, the Olympic spirit, where they ran and at a moment of time, for the first time in their ever life, that somehow something clicked in their head, and even they will say that at that moment something happened and their body shut down and their organs shut down and everything else, and some form of faith just made them stretch out a little bit farther, and that's what got them the gold when they weren't supposed to place in the first place. What was in their mind at that time that they lost that moment for doing anything else but striving, running, having a faith that whatever I got left is more than enough to accomplish whatever God's got for me. You can't gift that to anyone else if it's not a gift to you. That's where I'm at right now. Where are you? Hit stop.